Yeah.
Well, actually, you
Yeah,
met
it was.
him, and then you wouldn't. Can I just tell you how great he is? I asked who you met, and you know that my partner wouldn't snitch. He would not become a snitch. He would not tell me who it was that he met, what it was about, what your name was. I had to learn it from the media, the next day. So I have a question. Will, have the police, I mean, because Michael Bryant's not snitching, have the police or anybody from law enforcement come and interviewed you about the incident that you witnessed?
Nope.
A non-incident that you witnessed?
Nope.
A pizza parlor?
Well, why would they? I mean, it's not like you were right there. It's not like you were actually in physical contact with the defendant, Aiden Carney. So, oh wait, you were. So
Yeah. No, like I substituted his arms for mine.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah.
That may have been criminal. I'm not sure. That may have been a comedy felony.
Apparently.
By the way, in case you all didn't know, this is Will at T. Glare. Follow him, please. He's fabulous. He's wonderful. He's terrific. He's supportive, and he's an important figure in this to lend support to Aiden Carney, Dr. Turboy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Aiden's case is it's too important. Everyone's freedom of speech is at risk here. It could set a very dangerous precedent, and so I love that everyone who was talking about Karen Reed is now talking about Aiden's case, because it's incredibly important. I mean, and the irony that I love here is Aiden got arrested and charged for basically exposing the corruption in Norfolk County, getting people to ask questions, but he never actually had any real proof of it, right? That then he gets charged, and when his bail is revoked and he gets thrown in jail for 2 months, there's evidence now that of just straight corruption. So Aiden was not able to prove the corruption until he was thrown in jail for trying to prove the corruption. I love that.
That is some irony, I'll tell you that. That is poetic.
Yeah.
And wrong. Yeah.
Right. Well, not even your attorney, Michael Bryan, Mark Randazzo, said that he didn't think this Karen Reed case, right? He's on record saying, and then they started throwing journalists in jail, and that's when his interest got piqued.
Yeah, and they're still trying. Obviously, they're still trying to do that. So,
yeah, that's how. I mean, that actually. I mean, it's the Streisand effect through and through. Them trying to silence Aiden because he just got louder and more popular. Truth be told, I was skeptical about whether or not Karen Reed was being framed. And then when they arrested him and charged him, because I had just talked to Aiden for the first time, like maybe just a couple days, like I had him on my show. I refused to allow Aiden to influence my opinion on whether or not Karen Reed was innocent, right? And then once I was looking at enough evidence, I was looking at the documents and statements and whatnot. Then I got to a point where I was like, okay, I need to talk to this Turtle Boy guy. And then I talked to him, had him on my show, and then like 2 days later, not even, maybe it might have even been the next day, that he got charged with witness intimidation. And so right there, I was like, okay, there's something really rotten going on here. And I went over during a period of like 5, it took me 5 live streams to go over all of his charges and to go and find because in the charging documents, there are video titles, timestamps, all that stuff. So I went through it all. I was like, okay. And then almost none of them are what they say they are. You know what I mean? And at that point, I was like, okay, he's being railroaded. Now, if I was doubting that Karen Reed is getting railroaded, now that doubt is gone, because I could see he's getting railroaded, and he's only getting railroaded. What's the motive to railroad Turtle Boy? Is to silence him. So now you know, it just solidified my opinion that much more as to the corruption in Norfolk County. So I mean, and then they just kept throwing these charges at him, and then they revoked his bail at one point. It was,
And then they tried to revoke his bail at another point, sneakily,
Yes,
right?
twice at least. Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
By the way, we met. By the way, we met. Just so you know, and I don't know if I can put it up there. Probably I can't because apparently
You've been banished. You have to go to your room.
Not only have we met you, we met Joey Kane today, who just gifted 5 more Justice TV memberships. But apparently, I'm not an administrator anymore. There you go, Joey.
She's bitter. She's bitter about that. Yeah, Joey again said hi after we got up there, and I'm glad we had a chance to corral him to say hi because he was being shy. But he popped in, said hello, and it was nice to hear from him. See the guy who's been so generous, and he gave me a little sweet roll today. So bonus for me.
A sweet roll.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Will, we had this hearing today that we're going to talk about. But before we talk about it, like legally, let's talk about how you felt watching this hearing today. What were your takeaways?
I didn't watch it. I only had audio.
We did too.
Yeah, let me interrupt.
Except for that guy.
Has it been released yet or not?
There is video. Turtle Boy just posted it.
Okay.
He did, okay, because there was clearly a camera there and BZ was recording, and I thought they would have released it by now. So
yeah, Turtle Boy got it and he put it on his channel.
Okay.
But with your audio, I mean, sometimes even hearing it is very interesting. Give us your best Will takeaways from today.
Listening to Mark Bederow in action was a treat, most definitely. It's clearly, I mean, we're all very familiar with Mark Bederow and how he feels and how passionate he is. And so we've always all known that it was a good move for Aiden to hire Mark Bederow for his defense. But today we got to really see it in action, and I was blown away because it was very simple. I think the judge loved him, and I think the judge is getting over Cosgrove, if not is over Cosgrove. But just the way that the judge was just kind of like, all right, man, all right, is a week good? No, 2 weeks, Your Honor. All right, I'll give you 2 weeks. All right, I'll give you another week, 3 weeks, whatever.
That kind of annoys me. But this is Judge Doolen we're talking about. He's been involved very early on. I won't say from the beginning, but he was involved from the night, the day after the night of the D&E Pizza incident. He was the first to see the video from that, the first to hear from Cosgrove promoting that as a 17th charge against Aiden Carney. So he's been involved. I do agree, Will, that he sees this for what it is, which is, first-degree bullshit. And I think he's trying to massage his way around it and kind of get to the right conclusion ultimately.